Akali to a large degree, and so maybe that's, you know, kind of the thought process there is they are going to have that spell vamp for Akali. But I would say generally, you know, they're a lot stronger right now. I don't know why they're not pushing. They do have the Baron buff, which is generally a good indicator to push. But if you look at their team, they do. Caitlyn, it has a lot of damage, and Caitlyn is one of the longest range DPSers in the game, so Caitlyn can just poke down those towers very aggressively and take those towers. And then if they want to engage, the enemy does have that single target. They are kind of an assassin team. They will want to engage, but then they have Kennen to throw off the ultimate and Taric with the stun that should be able to keep Caitlyn alive. And if they're engaging, diving into them, then Akali and Nocturne are going to be able to kind of pick off some solo champs. And so really, I think they're at a huge advantage right now. So I'm a little surprised to see they're not pushing, because, you know, they're either going to push down towers or they're going to get people in a kill. And the fear goes off. The flash from Udyr is not quite enough to break that fear. And Nocturne does have this red. He throws off the Yumus, is chasing him down. The ultimate from Caitlyn is able to pick up that kill, but Brand throwing off some damage does get the stun onto Nocturne. One more bounce would have done it, but Nocturne is able to get out of there. But Talon flashing over, trying to get the kill. He actually slows Caitlyn, but Caitlyn will use that net to push herself out of the way, and Taric with the flash avoids the stun from Brand. Kennen is trying to get up here. I don't know why Kennen is so far away. I understand Nocturne's running away, but what was Kennen doing during that fight? I guess I didn't see. Maybe she was behind in base or pushing another lane. But, you know, if they had Kennen up here, they really could have taken some damage. Akali was pushing bot in the meantime, and Skarner is chasing after her. He does have that red buff, so Akali's a little bit concerned with that red buff. It should be a pretty even fight, though. I would expect Akali to turn. Yes, she is doing some damage, but she is going to run. She's very scared of that red buff, and Skarner's just chasing her down. If he can keep up with her, Akali going to try and kite here with the Shroud. Flashes over the wall, so we'll be able to get out of there. But Skarner flashing after her, and Akali is got to be careful, because Skarner does have that great movement speed buff, is going to be chasing her down. Udyr coming up into the enemy. Taric's definitely out of position, but they're able to pick up quick kills onto Brand and Talon, and then Udyr is ulted by Nocturne. Can they get the kill? And Nocturne able to pick up the kill. Kennen's actually picking up the kill, and then with the ultimate, they are able to pick up Blitzcrank as well. And in the meantime, Skarner was not able to kill Akali. I assumed he was going to chase her down easily. But, you know, so definitely strong. You see what kind of strength they have as a team. Now they're going to be able to get this tower very easily. Nothing that Skarner can do about it. Caitlyn will want to back up a step. She's taking a lot of damage from that tower, but I guess she really doesn't care. She should have. But they will get an inhibitor here. Taric, the fear goes off onto Nocturne. They are chasing him. I don't think they have enough damage, but Skarner's going down a little bit faster than expected. He will get out of there. They did not have enough damage, but Kennen being very aggressive, going underneath the tower, will pick up that kill. She just barely gets out with a heal from Taric. Brand chasing her down is not able to get her, so they get the inhibitor along with another kill. And this game is really, you know, Blues. They should end this pretty soon. They do have that inhibitor, and it will allow them to push down another lane, and they are much stronger as a team right now, and do have that pushing capability with Caitlyn. So I would expect this game to be ending fairly shortly. Though I guess, you know, Purple really does have a lot of great single target bursts, so they will want to kind of sit back and farm for a little bit, but then at the same time look for their opportunities, pick up some kills. If they get, you know, 1 or 2 kills, they definitely have that burst where they could then, you know, snowball to a free Baron or free towers, and, you know, that'll definitely help them out a lot. But Blue is definitely in a position of strength right now, as long as they can keep Caitlyn and Akali alive, basically, and not get picked off individually. Continuing to look at the items, we see that Nocturne has actually built a Wit's End, so that'll really amp up his damage output, and it, you know, provides him that attack speed, but it also gives him some nice MR. Because they aren't really a damage-heavy team, he can go for a little bit of a cheap MR item, which is what Wit's End is, and it will provide him with a little bit more survivability in those fights, along with the damage. And, you know, also by increasing his own damage output, it will alleviate the damage onto Caitlyn and Akali, because they will need to worry about him. And Skarner actually throws the ultimate onto Kennen. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but Akali's able to pick up Blitzcrank. They did catch him in that brush there. Nocturne ulting on top of Skarner. They are able to pick up this kill. No, he's just barely getting out. The fear did not go off. The ultimate from Caitlyn did hit Udyr, so they are chasing, and the slow from Kennen is going to pick up Udyr as well. So another 3 kills. They have a 5v3 situation. Why are you moving over to Baron? Just push. their team is splitting right now. They're not really sure what to do. They really should just take down this tower. There's no question about it. Pick up the inhibitor, because then this game's basically over. Talon jumping into the enemy team, but he's going to be chased down. He throws off that ultimate to be invisible, so they will get this tower and then another inhibitor. So they will be up 2 inhibitors, and then the benefit of having both top and bottom means that the the creeps will be pushing separately, so you can go down one lane, and the enemy has to kind of hold separate lanes, and as opposed to like if it was top and mid, it's a little bit shorter distance, a little bit easier to defend. But Tarek's probably going to die here. Talon is flashing after him, and Tarek throws off the stun, but the exhaust from Talon will be able to pick up this kill, no doubt about it. Tarek trying to recall in the base, not a really smart decision. He's saying sad, but his team is saying real bad. I'd have to agree with them there. They are going to pick up Dragon, and then they will move over towards Baron, pick up the Baron, and just further their advantage, and especially their strong team fights. Skarner is chasing after Kennen, trying to get in range. The slows and the stuns will allow her to kite. She's got a lot of damage now. She does have a Abyssal Scepter and a needlessly large rod, so she might be building towards a Void Staff, but she really doesn't need that survivability. I would expect more of a Rabadon's just to get that massive damage output. Void Staff really is a fantastic item on Kennen, Zhonya's is a fantastic item on Kennen because you can ult in and then throw off that Zhonya's Hourglass, but because of their strength right now, and they know the enemy team isn't picking up these kills, she can just go for damage output. Akali is going to take this Baron, but Kennen needs to get in there, stand next to Baron, take off some of that damage from Akali. Akali's taking way too much damage. Kennen does finally get in there, and they will get this Baron. The enemy team doesn't even know it's up. I mean, they know it's up, but they don't have a ward over here, so this will be a free Baron. They're pretty high health. Akali could regen some. Caitlyn's actually going back, so Caitlyn does want to get her items. I would have expected them to kind of push, but you know what? You can go get your items and then push afterwards, and go for the good game. Try and end this game, before you give the enemy an opportunity to come back. Nocturne being very aggressive coming up. I'm not sure what he's thinking. His team isn't there. He's all by himself. He's going in. He fears Talon. If Skarner's able to get that ultimate onto Nocturne, they would be able to pick up that kill, and that would really be devastating for Blue right now. It would just kind of stall out the game, which is really not what they want to do. Why is Kennen recall? Kennen, they're all grouping up now. Kennen should have recalled earlier if Kennen wanted to recall, but I guess Kennen wanted to finish an item, did finish that Rabadon's. So that's fine, I guess. You do have the strength. You want to make sure you're at max strength, since they are going for kind of the GG end here. We do see that Caitlyn does have that Infinity Edge. She actually also got the Banshee's Veil, which is definitely a good decision because they have these assassins. I might have been more inclined for the Quicksilver Sash, but Skarner with the ultimate does pull Nocturne back into the tower, and because he was separated from his team, like I said a second ago, really just over-aggressive there, so just an easy kill. Not really a whole lot to it. Nocturne was definitely going to go down there. So now Purple's going to be able to stall for a little bit. Their inhibitor did respawn, so they will want to clear out those creeps as they come. They are going to continue pushing up mid because they know they are fairly strong, but they are going to have to be a little bit more defensive because they are in a 4v5 situation and don't want them to run them down. They are considering recalling, which might be a good decision since Nocturne won't be up for quite some time now. But Akali's actually going to come in and try and get some damage on this tower. Throws off the Shroud to get out of there. And Talon's going to try and get the blink in onto Caitlyn. Just, out of range. Skarner versus Kennen. Kennen throwing off that ultimate gets a lot of damage, but now Kennen's going to go down. Skarner had gotten pretty low, but the pull from Skarner along with the whole team there, they're kind of running around separate. They are going to be able to get this tower, I believe, just barely out of range. And Blitzcrank with the pull and the pop-up, they're going to get Akali as well. But Akali blinks over to Brand, does pick up that kill, almost picking up the Skarner kill. They do pick up the Skarner kill, and Akali flashes away. And it's surprising they're not able to get this kill. Talon flashing after Akali. Pretty even matchup. Tarek did flash over that wall. Talon was able to pick up that kill. And now Caitlyn's going to be chasing down Blitzcrank, but she will want to turn onto Udyr, so she does. And she throws off the ultimate. Is it going to be enough? No, it's just barely not enough. If that shield had gone down, he would have died. But they will get this inhibitor, and then take the top inhibitor potentially. They'll probably need to recall, but actually Nocturne's up here, so they will be able to get the inhibitor. And this should very shortly be good game with these 3 inhibitors down. They do need to watch out because they all 3 healed, and they might be able to get some damage onto Caitlyn. Talon flashing onto Caitlyn, but unfortunately his W did go the wrong direction, and Nocturne's chasing him down, is able to pick up that kill, and they're just kiting Udyr here, throwing off the damage, and Udyr will go down as well. Blitzcrank gets the pop-up onto Caitlyn. Where's Udyr? He's not going down. I'm surprised he's not dying. He does have those shields. He finally goes down to Nocturne, and Blitzcrank does go down to Caitlyn. Brand is coming into position, but the stun from Taric and then the damage output from Caitlyn is able to pick up the win. So really just excellent team synergy is the key to the match. They played a pretty defensive game early, and Purple was able to pull off to an early lead with their great single target damage, able to pick up some kills and the first dragon. But then Blue regrouped, and as a team, they were able to kind of focus people down, did have the great disables from Kennen, from Taric, and from Nocturne, as well as that damage output from Akali, so they're able to pick up the dragon, a couple of kills, and just really kind of snowball from there, and every fight from then on really was theirs. So they had the excellent pushing capabilities of Caitlyn, her range damage output, but then also the strong team fights with the disables, and with all of that damage. So, excellent game all around, an exciting matchup.